Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun diving into some intricate things with MTG Arena. So I've been wanting to make this video for quite a while. I've been getting a lot of deck submissions from you guys on Facebook and just a bunch of different places, and I recognize that a lot of people don't know exactly how the import-export portion of MTG Arena works. So I actually just barely went through and deleted all of my decks in preparation for the new core set 2021, and I recognized I was going to make this video and I had a clean slate to nothing to really work with here, which is actually perfect for what we're going to do. So I wanted to jump into showing how we can use the import-export system on MTG Arena first and foremost, just because there's going to be a lot of people jumping onto MTG Arena that have played on MTGO, have played on a bunch of different formats, have Max or whatever it is, and we're going to be coming to mobile pretty soon as well. And I wanted to make sure that we all knew how to use this function because it works really well to transfer everything. I've got a lot of people's deck lists where they just send the picture of the deck that they have, or they send they actually type out every single card that they have and the numbers for it, and it makes it very difficult to use. And so I wanted to make sure I showed this first. So first off, importing decks. If you're looking around for decks online, let's say that you go onto MTG Jeff's awesome deck list channel here. And so this is on AetherHub. There's a bunch of other websites to use. MTG Goldfish uses it. MTG. There's plenty of other deck list sites out there. I use AetherHub because they sponsored me in the past. I'm really good friends with the developers, Andrew Liverod, and also because this is just where I've put all of my stuff. A lot of YouTube streamers and everybody uses AetherHub at the moment, and so this is a good place to be looking for different stuff. You can jump on here. You can check out any of my decks that I've built for core set 2021 and everything here. The link will be down below so you can check these out, and you can jump in and of course download stuff, everything as we go along. So that's one way that you can find it, is down in the deck list down below. There'll be a link to the website that you can go search for decks. You can also go onto the metagame and just see, okay, what are people playing? You can see mono red is played pretty consistently. You can try to find different decks that are interesting to you. You can be looking them up. You can go to this user decks and standard best of one. These are the ones that have been coming out lately, and we can see which ones are the most views or the most liked. So it looks like this one right here is really exciting. A lot of people have been looking at it. 5,000 people checking it out. So this is how it works for AetherHub. What I found is that just exporting to MTG Arena format puts everything into this format here, which has the number of copies, the name of the card, it has the set that it's in, and then the number for that set, whatever number it is. So that's the format that MTG Arena uses. If you copy to clipboard, put it there, you'll be able to copy this as well back into something else. So if I was going to go back into, let's go to my decks real quick, just so you guys know, if I copy that into my clipboard, it's on the paste format already. So if I was to import something here, right click and paste, it has exactly what was there before. So that's copied to my clipboard, and that's how that works. And so then if you go into MTG Arena and hit import, it immediately brings in all those cards here. Now let's say that I didn't have one of these cards. I have basically every card right now on MTG Arena, but let's say that here, not collected stuff. Let's say that I didn't have something in here. Then the channel would, the deck would show up with something here, like an exclamation point saying, oh, you don't have something there. And so that's important to know and show, which it looks like, was that an MTG, or that was N20? For a second I thought that was 2021 for a moment, like got all excited. Anyway, so that is how to import a deck. If you have it copied to your clipboard, in which is your copy and paste format on your computer, you should be able to then import, and it'll go immediately into your deck list. And then from here, you can craft the cards that you need. You can do everything that you need, and you can change a deck as it goes. That's my favorite way to build decks, is not to just take a deck exactly how someone has it. Like, this is a great deck. Someone built it really, really well. They've spent a lot of time to make sure it's the way it is. That's great and all, but at the same time, I'd rather just make sure that I'm getting the deck that I want, so I'm going to find this, I'm going to maybe change the numbers up a little bit and build the deck that I like out of it. This does look like a pretty cool deck though. And so that's how I like to build decks personally, is sometimes I'll find an idea that someone else is doing. Usually I start from scratch and build over, but let's say that you do have a deck that looks really cool. and you want to share this with friends, you want to share it with streamers to see if they'll build use your deck in their video, which I like using viewers' decks in my videos. That is my favorite thing to do. What you can do then is export it here. So let's say I'm going to make some changes. We're going to change out of Plains for another Castle Ardenfell. So now it's a different deck completely, obviously, right? So as long as you have the deck selected and you hit export, it is importing deck has been copied to your clipboard. It's imported deck is the name of it, so that's why it's saying that. Then you can go in here, and as you import onto AetherHub, this is the way that I do it on AetherHub. You can do it a bunch of different places. Anywhere you go to put in a deck list. At this, there are some that won't accept this format though. They'll only accept the textless format. And so you can adjust it over to textless format on AetherHub. That's one of the things I like about it. And then you can use this, and some people will accept that, where it's just the card name without the set code and everything else. And so that's, again, another reason to use AetherHub. That's actually the reason I got into AetherHub, is I was trying to write articles onto Fusion Gaming or the Manabase website, and they would only accept this format. And so I used AetherHub because it was the best and easiest way to adjust them over to this. And then I just started using AetherHub because I loved it. And so that's another way that you can use this. And then you put it in, you would be able to import into the deck. White stuff. Here, I'm going to end up deleting this one probably anyway. So I just put it in, and you end up having your deck. You can go ahead and save it in here. You can give it whatever name you want. Hit the tags for aggro, mid-range. This would be an aggro deck. And then you can use the visual to then see, okay, this is the deck that's here. So there's a couple cool things you can do with that. This is a great way to share it. I just wanted to make sure that I shared a video addressing this, because a lot of people haven't used that site, or a lot of people haven't been using it, especially with a lot more people jumping into playing it on Mac and everything. I wanted to make sure everyone knew what were the best tools available. AetherHub is my favorite website. You definitely don't have to use that. MTG Goldfish is used by a lot of people, and there's plenty of other ones out there that do very similar things. But AetherHub is my favorite so far. And yeah, so I have a bunch of decks in there for Core Set 2021. If you guys want to check them out, links down in the description below. Get excited for this new set. Start saving up wild cards and all that stuff, because this one's going to be really fun. It's going to be really cool. We also are going to have Jumpstart coming to Arena as well for the historic format, starting I think July 16th. I know everything's up in the air right now with dates because of all everything that's been going on. But that's the plan, as far as I can understand, is that it's going to be July 16th, that we're going to suddenly get a bunch of cards for Historic as well, which, if you guys haven't played Historic, or you're one of those people that only wants to play Standard, really start giving Historic a try, because it is such a fun format. The biggest issue with it is that it's hard to spend a lot of wild cards on, cards that are down there. So I'm going to start putting out a bunch more budget decks out there, probably in about a month or so, once Jumpstart starts coming around, to start getting prepared for that. Right now I'm going to be focusing on Core Set 2021. Then we're going to be jumping into all that stuff, and it's going to be really fun, exciting. And yeah, I'm just really excited about this. I wanted to make sure I address some of this. If you guys have any other questions, I want to occasionally make these not necessarily like full tutorial type videos, but just addressing concerns that people have with MTG Arena. Make sure that we're answering questions that people have. What's the best way to go about everything? If you guys want me to make videos about what's the best way to get gold, best way to do gems, all that kind of stuff, because I've been able to make this my full-time business and everything like that, I've been able to play Magic a little bit differently than I would have if I was just a free-to-play player. I did do that for 6 months before I started playing, though. I was able to get into the beta. I was able to lose all of my cards the same way everyone else did that got into the alpha, and then the beta, or yeah, beta, alpha beta, and then into the actual deck, the original version of this. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Leave the questions and comments down below, different websites you guys prefer to use, everything like that. I'll try to make sure I go in and take them off. I don't actually put the .com website in there. Just say, hey, this is a website to go to. Otherwise, YouTube will automatically cancel it out. But let other people know what tools you guys use. I want to make sure everyone understands and knows what's the best tools to be using here in this, as we are playing Magic the Gathering, and make MTG Arena a very easy and good place to use, where we can transfer data and keep building cool, awesome decks. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks so much. Have a good one, and bye-bye.